In this video, we are going to learn the best way to start a new habit. According to Atomic Habits, this is the Chapter 5 book review. Thank you for watching. I'm your host, Monte Lee, and in this video, we're going to talk about two major things that are important when you want to build a new habit. The first of which is the implementation intention. And what does that mean? The way I like to look at it and the way I like to tie it is our brains are like supercomputers. The computers we have today, the MacBooks, the Windows laptops, the Chromebooks, all of the very cool tech that we have nowadays, it's very intuitive. What does that mean? It's easy to use. It makes it obvious. It makes it easy to use. However, underneath the hood, if you pull back all the layers of all that beautiful AI that we love that makes our lives easier, there is code. There is a series of actions, a series of cues that happen. When one thing happens, another thing happens as a result of that first cue. The same thing happens in our brains, and this is the implementation intention. So basically the way that James Clear had to tie it in, it's basically how do you intend to implement a habit? And a good way of doing this is there's a sentence that you can tie to anytime you're creating a habit. All right. I like to write down my notes. That's a habit that I'm doing while I'm reading the book to make sure that I am able to relay the information the best I can. So the first thing here is you need to be specific about the things that you want to do. And it's a sentence that you can write out in this way. Let's say you want to go to the gym. You want to start working out. You want to get in shape and get fit. What you need to do is you need to say, I plan on working out on Monday, which is the day, at 8 a.m., which is the time, at the location, which is the YMCA or your local gym. So those are very specific things that you are laying out in a sentence to be able to cue the habit. And that's one of the better ways to start building better habits. You can do this with a variety of things. For instance, if you want to start reading more, use that same formula where you can say, on Tuesday, I want to read for 10 minutes and I'll do it in the living room. Or for instance, another thing, if you want to start doing yoga or meditating, you can say, on Friday at 7 a.m., I'm going to meditate for 2 minutes before work and I'll do it in the bedroom. That is a way where you could start tying in cues and specific actions you can take to make sure that you follow through with the habit. That was the main thing, the implementation intention, what he talked about in chapter 5. And then the second portion of habit formation was something called habit stacking. And that was implemented and first created by BJ Fogg. And BJ Fogg, he went a little bit further. Habit stacking is a special form of an implementation intention. And it basically goes like this. After I do the current habit that I'm doing, I will do the new habit. So with a habit stacking formula, you can say, after I eat dinner, I am going to take the dish or the plate and put it automatically in the dishwasher. And over time, you can stack those habits in a way that you could do some very meaningful things. And I found that to be fascinating because you want to do some healthy eating, right? You can go, when I serve myself a meal, I will always put vegetables on my plate first. Okay, so the first part, the current habit, is making yourself a meal. That's something that you're going to do all the time. And the new habit that you want to stack on top of that is putting veggies on your plate first. You can add it to a lot of different things. He also tied it into, if you're trying to declutter and be a minimalist, you could do it as well, where you could say, every time I buy an item, before I buy, let me get this right. Every time, if you want to declutter and be more minimalistic, what you can do is every time you buy an item, you have to get rid of another item that you already have. So one in and one out. And that's another method of habit stacking. And he talked about going and having these very complex habit formations, pretty much, where you're stacking multiple habits so you can implement them all in your life. And you could do that, and you can also use the habit scorecard that we talked about previously, where you can implement these things into your life. For instance, where with the habit scorecard, have a list of all of your habits, and you kind of grade those as a positive habit, a neutral habit, or a negative habit. What you can start doing is you can list them all out, and you can have your habits that you do every day. You wake up, you turn off your alarm clock, you check your phone, you brush your teeth, and you go down the list. What you can start doing is you can start tying it in a way where I wake up. All right. If you want to start reading, for instance, you wake up, you turn off your alarm clock, you make your bed, and before you go to the next thing that you're going to do, which is brush your teeth, if you want to start reading, you could put a book that you want to read on your pillow after you make your bed. So then that night when you are ready to wind down and go to bed, you can see the book on your pillow, and that can automatically be that habit stack that gets you that when you go to bed, you read the book for 10 minutes. And then that's a way that we can start building habits in a way where it's automatically like second nature. The habit is going to stick if it's set up in a way where it's less friction in you following through with the habit. So I hope that makes sense. Basically, what I gleaned from this chapter is you need to start thinking about building your habits in a way where you're creating as least friction, as least excuses for you not to follow through with it. So if you want to start working out, basically what you need to do is the night before, maybe you should already have your shoes, your workout gear, everything you need laid out and next to your bed. So then when you wake up and you go through your routine, it's already laid out for you, and you have less of a deterrent for you to not follow through and put on your gym clothes and go to the gym. So that's kind of some of the takeaways that I learned from chapter 2. The first thing is the implementation intention, where it is a specific set of things. Hey, if you want to eat healthy, or if you want to go and start working out, hey, I'm going to go to the gym on Wednesday at 9 a.m. at the local gym. Like it's giving you a specific outline of things you need to follow through with. And habit stacking is a way to decrease the friction and give yourself, hey, when you do X, I'm going to respond with Y. So that's kind of my interpretation of what I learned from chapter 5. The book has been very helpful. I did this not even thinking about it. I have been implementing the habit stack in a way, and also the implementation intention without me even noticing, by me putting out this video every Thursday and kind of going through my perspective and my thoughts on each chapter. I did this habit without even noticing, without even reading that chapter yet. So I found that interesting. So, hey, that's been another video here on the Karat Juice Podcast channel. If you enjoyed this video, do me a favor, like the video and subscribe to the channel. If you want more content like this, this is the 5th installment. Like I said, you can expect the next book summary of chapter 6 coming this upcoming Thursday. And without being too long-winded, I think that's enough, and I don't want to beat a dead horse, so I'll leave it at that, and then I'll see you guys in the next video.